This video will answer every question you could have about installing, setting up, and playing UFC Undisputed Forever, as well as some frequently asked questions regarding the game and the community. It's important that you watch this entire video, as missing some of this information may result in a faulty installation or being banned from the server. First of all, you need to join the UFC Undisputed Forever Discord server. I've put a link in the description. If this link doesn't work, you can search UFC Undisputed Forever Discord on Google and find it. Once you're in the Discord, go to the channel called Start Here. This contains a lot of very important information. Firstly, the reason why the rules are strict is to comply with Discord terms of service. Please read all the rules and follow them. Please read this Start Here guide, as it is massively helpful and can answer most of your questions during install. What is this game? UFC Undisputed Forever is a mod for Undisputed 3, which was originally released in 2012. The aim of this project is to upgrade everything in the game to the modern day 2024 UFC with new fighters, UI, organizations, and much more. In the current iteration of the mod, the fighters are allocated to a slot from the base game. This slot has a hard-coded height, reach, and AI behavior that cannot be changed. However, the textures can be changed, the fighters can be given the movesets of other fighters, and the fighter stats can be completely changed. It has recently been announced that the developers have now found a way to completely customize a fighter's moveset rather than simply give them the moveset of a base game fighter. For example, right now, Conor McGregor has Lyoto Machida's moveset that includes his striking and grappling, but in a recent post, the developers showed Conor McGregor with an entirely customized set of strikes. It has also been announced that the developers have found a way to add extra fighter slots, so we could potentially see more fighters in the game with more accurate height, reach, and AI. What systems is this mod available on? This mod is available on PC through the RPCS3 emulator or on a jailbroken PS3. This mod will be available on modded Xbox Series S and X systems, modded 360s, and the Xenia emulator come holiday 2024 later this year. How do I get the mods? How do I set it up? There are 2 tutorials provided here, but they are slightly outdated, so I'm going to show you how to do this later. Where do I get the actual base game? As we cannot provide a direct link, we recommend dumping your own disc. If this is not feasible, there are some websites where you can obtain it easily. I'm experiencing a bug or glitch, what do I do? Don't worry, this has likely been experienced by 8 in every 10 people here. Instead of spamming every channel in hopes for someone to help, try look through Mod Help FAQ, as this details almost everything in relation to glitches. You will likely find the problem explained in here. If you still cannot find the answer, then you can kindly request assistance in questions and help. I want to make mods for this game too. How do I go about it? We offer nearly every modding method in the tutorial list. We also have mod creation so experienced members can help you. Now you'll also need to read the rules carefully. Moderation is strict in this server and you don't want to get banned. If you do get banned, there is a ban appeal form that you can fill out. You can find the form in the description below or in the link tree on the social media accounts of the mod. Don't create an alt account, the team is aware of people doing this and they will ban you for doing so. Just use the form and don't use it to complain. Respectfully and sensibly appeal the ban. Okay, now time for the installation. If you already have the base game on your computer, you want to follow these 2 tutorials found in Forever Mod Download. Otherwise, you go to the drive link down here, click on the link, find the README file, go to this link here, download the file, extract it with WinRAR, not any other software, open up the folder, open RPCS3, then open the game. You must use the version of RPCS3 included here, not the normal version, as the UFC Undisputed Forever version is configured to run the mod optimally with no crashes or bugs. Okay, now we're going to take a look at common issues that people have when running the game. The first issue is poor performance, so like a low frame rate. First, you need to check the best RPCS3 config channel, and this gives you a list of settings to try which can improve performance. You also want to make sure that you're following every setting displayed in this image below. You can use a website like User Benchmark to compare these parts to the parts in your PC. If your PC parts outperform these listed here, then you should be okay to run the game. A lot of new PCs have CPUs with more than 8 cores, and this can cause issues. One solution is to go to the Details tab in Task Manager, search for RPCS3, right click, set affinity, and make sure that you only have the first 8 cores ticked. That's from CPU 0 to CPU 7. Now my CPU actually does have more than 8 cores, but the reason you're only seeing 8 here is because I went into my BIOS and disabled SMT or simultaneous multi-threading. Personally, limiting the cores didn't do much for me. And if you use this method, you have to do it every single time you open RPCS3. When you disable SMT in the BIOS, you only have to do it once. And even though limiting the cores didn't do much for me, disabling SMT made my game run perfectly. You can also try running the bat file linked in the best RPCS3 config channel. Download it and run it as administrator before opening the game in the emulator. Now there's also a short tutorial here on how to increase your frame rate using lossless FPS. There's another tutorial here on how to install mods, a tutorial to add the game into RPCS3 in case you don't see it there, a tutorial on how to play the mod online through Parsec, how to install updates when the updates release, links to the social media of the mod, how to jailbreak your PS3 in order to run the mod, and then here we have some common bugs that most people experience. The first two are regarding the glitchy blood effects. This is due to the RPCS3 emulator and not the game itself. This will eventually be fixed when the mod is moved over to Xenia. Then there's the heavy bag glitch. When doing the heavy bag training drill in career mode, after you complete it, the game will crash. A fix for this is to quit before the time runs out by selecting End Training in the pause menu. You will keep the score earned up to that point. And the last common bug is static CAFs. In career mode or just in any mode while using or fighting a CAF, the textures may appear static or jumbled up. A fix for this is to enable read color buffers and write color buffers in advanced and GPU respectively in RPCS3's configuration. And here we have some information about crashes. It's very normal for the game to crash a few times when you first install it. However, if it continues to crash, you want to make sure that the resolution scale in your RPCS3 settings is a number that ends in 5. Here they've recommended 105%. If the game continues to crash, in that case try this. Go to your RPCS3 folder, cache, then delete the contents of that folder and try another 10 to 15 times. If it still crashes after that, then we recommend a clean reinstall of the game/emulator. Then it's time to connect your controller. If it's not working, come up to the Pads tab in RPCS3. Here you select the type of controller that it is. X input is Xbox, for example. This is how you choose the correct controller if you have multiple connected or you have someone connected through Parsec. And you can check that's working by looking down at the right here. If you move the joystick, you'll see that it moves here. Or if you press the triggers, you'll see this. And now you should be ready to play the game. If you want to learn how to play the game, this tutorial is absolutely amazing. It's a very long tutorial with lots of different mechanics covered, but it's absolutely worth it and it'll teach you everything you need to know to pick up wins against the computer and online. My YouTube videos are also packed with tips and tricks for online gameplay. Speaking of online gameplay, if you want to join in, you want to come to this channel, Online Fights, and join this server, the Dream Online Hub. Then you'll come up to this tab here, Online Tutorial, and Install Parsec. Then you'll come into this channel, Online Fights, and look for fights here. In this channel, you'll share Parsec links which enable people to connect to each other's computers and play against each other. If you're the host and someone is joining you, you should have an upload speed of at least 50 megabits per second. If you're a client and joining someone else, you should have a download speed of at least 10 megabits per second. You can test your internet speed by typing speed test in Google and clicking the first option. If you want to dive into more advanced tips and tricks, or you're confused about how something in the game works, I've attached the manual from the old UFC Undisputed 3 game to the end of this video. If you have any further questions, comment down below and I'll do my best to answer. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I helped you out. And if you appreciate the video, please show your appreciation. I would appreciate it. Thanks.